Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Have a seat. You're welcome to sit at this table. I would like for you to follow, like, and share. Please share this live with as many people as you can. Hey everyone, how you doing? Share the live, please. Share it to your page, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. Lois, share the live if you're on. Bessie, share the live if you're on. Katrinella, if you're on, share the live. Everybody else who's on, that's good for y'all. Please share the live. Follow, like, and share. Well, welcome to the Knowledge Power Hour with the Exquisite Taste Network. We're on our series for the Financially Free in 23 business series, where we state that knowledge is only power when you use it. And you have to use the power within in order for you to understand what your knowledge base is, in order for you to get where it needs to be, in order to make things come to fruition. Our topic today is about customer service. I came up with the title, The Ins and Outs of Customer Service for both sides of the spectrum. It's not just customer service from the small business perspective, it's also the customers who have to know how to act because, a lot of people don't understand that you are a brand. You are a brand. You might not think that you are, but your name is everything, especially in this day and time. Did you know that? Anybody out there want to tell me what they think, what they believe the meaning of customer service is? What do you believe the meaning of customer service? Okay, well, customer service, the definition in Oxford Dictionary is straight up. It's the assistance and the advice provided by a company to those people who buy or use products and services. Yes, customer service is good communication. When you are dealing in this day and time with customer service, it can make or it can break you. As we know that in this day and time, especially in today's society, a lot of business falls in the hands of being broke because of customer service. You don't believe me? Let's do what I do best. I'm going to give you some statistics because that way you can understand that I'm not making it up. According to a survey, 81% of respondents say small business are better at customer service than big box business. I find that to be true in most cases because of the simple fact when you have brands, for instance, let me use this as an instance. You have Planet Fitness. Yeah, they're out there, but they're not as big as LA Fitness. LA Fitness is the name. That's the brand. It's like almost in a sense, some people would say a luxury brand, you know. And so I remember being a girlfriend, she has a membership with LA Fitness, and she wanted me to get a membership at LA Fitness. But I was over at Planet Fitness. I was okay at Planet Fitness, but she was talking about the classes and everything that was over there. And the thing is, Planet Fitness wouldn't even budge. Planet Fitness wouldn't even gave us a 7-day pass. Whereas with Where I was at, I could bring her every day with me. Every day. We went together. She was my accountability partner, my coach. You know, she made me get it how I live. But I mean, LA Fitness wasn't too kind and was very nonchalant, as if they can't lose. But yet still they kept calling me for about a month, trying to get me to come over. And I just, the last time she called, I told her not to call me anymore. Because I don't like the fact that y'all feel like you don't need anyone. Every business needs someone in order to survive. Like I said, 81% of small businesses are better at customer service than the big box business. 70% of customers said they felt more encouraged to spend more money on business with exceptional customer service, which is true. I would spend way more money with exception, when people are exquisite, giving exceptional customer service. I won't even think twice about it. I don't know about anyone else, but I know for me, that's just how I roll when it comes down to customer service. 81% of customers said, like I said, a positive customer service experience encouraged them to make other purchases after they done made the first one. Because when you make someone feel special, they tend to come back. If you make someone feel like they're the center of attention, they'll come back. There's many times that I've been in other businesses where I wouldn't come back. I don't care if they was nice to everyone else in there, but wasn't nice to me, or they didn't speak to me, or I'm seeing things, and some people might say it might be nitpicking or whatever, but I want you to treat me like you treat them others. The cracker color, powder puff, whatever you want to call them, the other other people. Treat me like you treat them. My money's paying just as well as them. We're $1 trillion business. We spend way more money than they do. And we have to use our leverage when it comes to that, when it comes to us spending money. Because a lot of times people don't get it. They don't understand the fact that when we spend a lot of money, that's where it's at. Black people spend way more money than anything. There was a guy, I think he was with the Love and Hip Hop. I don't remember where he's from, but I know he's one of those local Atlanta celebrities. And he went into Gucci. Gucci didn't acknowledge him. Gucci didn't give him that glass of wine that they usually give people. They didn't do anything. And that man still spent a couple of K in there. I wouldn't have. You didn't even act like I exist. And you still gonna spend a couple of thousand just to prove that you got it? It's not even important. They have proven to you that you're not important to them. So why would you even think to spend your money on them? And yeah, by the way, if you decide that you want to call in, comment, or ask a question, or even provide us an experience, good or bad or indifferent, with customer service, please call 678-888-1723. That's 678-888-1723. Again, this is the ins and outs of customer service from both sides of the arena. And I also want y'all to do something. I want you to hit that Q code. If you're not following Let's Bring It to the Table, hit that Q code. I have the Q code for Exquisite Taste up. I accidentally deleted as I was coming on. I don't know what I was thinking when I was clicking on. I was trying to get it on, but I'll bring that up next time. But follow, like, and share. Click on the Q code and follow Let's Bring It to the Tables page. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. So back to what I was saying with customer service. 64% of businesses say they notice an increase in sales when they have good customer service. 93% of customers are likely to make repeated purchases. Like I said, um, with companies who offer these excellent customer services. But 78% of customers say that they have backed out of purchasing due to poor customer service experience. That's me. 52% are willing to pay more if they know they'll receive excellent customer service. That's me. And 80% of customers say they're willing to forgive mistakes made by a company if they receive excellent customer service. And usually that's what we do. We forgive as long as they make it right. And just so y'all know, this is my background. I have been in the customer service arena basically all my life. Um, I started with selling baked goods, Girl Scouts, baked goods for school in band projects and different things. Before I started with my dad dealing with his businesses and stuff. When he went into the restaurant business and stuff, this is what I did. Customer service. You better smile and you better act like you appreciate everything, even if you had a bad attitude or a bad day. You better not let that reflect, because, like he said, your name is everything. And so you have to do that. A lot of people don't understand that. And that's why their business fell. I told y'all the story about the young lady who had opened a business. Her business didn't even last quite a year because of family. And if y'all watched, I've had these videos that's been surfacing around, um, on Facebook, where I had downloaded and took off TikTok because, some people think he was wrong, some people think he's right. I think he was absolutely right, because he only hired his brother because of his mother. His brother had been in jail for a good while. It's hard to get a job when you go to prison. When you go to prison, you got to step up and take responsibility, but you always got those people that's always trying to cover and make excuses and want you to help and be responsible for them. And his brother, he was getting government contracts and stuff. And so he bought his brother a truck, put him on, told him what the uniforms were, which wasn't nothing but a shirt and shorts, and be presentable and talk like you got some sense. And the brother ended up hiring one of his 10 kids, and the boy went and got a tattoo across his face. Now we know this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new when it comes to the world of business. You got some white businesses and you got some black businesses that really frown on things like that. They're not finna do business. They're not finna hire. They're not, when they feel like you're out of protocol. A lot of people say, and it's your own opinion, that they're wrong. But how are you gonna tell somebody how they are wrong on how they conduct business? If my business is about being classy, elegant, and putting a perspective of a standard, that, and a boundary of how I want things to be presented to me and how I want to present things to the world, what makes you think that you have the right to come in ghetto? And I'm gonna say it like that, because, or countrified. What makes you think you have a right to come into my arena that way, and you think I'm gonna hire you or work with you? Now if you need me to help you dress, I can do that. If you need me to help you to change how you move, and you don't want to move the way you move because you come from a certain area of life and you want to do better, I can do that. That's what a lot of people that's out here that are consulting, they're capable of doing that, helping you to reach where you need to be. I teach customer service. I can literally teach you customer service on how to present yourself and help keep your business afloat with the way your people who are your front line. They're not the back end, they're the front line. They are actually customer service people you might as well consider them, quote unquote, your brand ambassadors, because they're your first contact, whether they're on the phone or in person, or even, whether it's doctor's offices, retail, whatever services that you are rendering, that where people have to meet up or call up or even email or chat. They are your first line of business, and they have to be on top of things in order to make sure that they're putting their best foot forward for your business. And that's the type of people you want to hire. But the young man ended up putting that on his face. They saw it. They didn't like it. It was causing him to lose a contract. And apparently, for him to be as upset as he was, it had to have been a nice chunk. When you getting money, and this is how you make money for your family, your livelihood, yeah, I get it. I understand. You do not want someone coming in messing that up for you. You don't. And 9 out of 10, that's what happens. Just like the young lady I said, I came in, her cousins were working the front. They had ghetto music going on, trap music going on, and they was cussing and talking and laughing. No one ever said, welcome to the establishment, didn't ask me. And I knew the type of young lady she was. And no one offered me a glass of wine or water. And I had to ask them twice, where was she? And they said, oh, she in the back. Do you think they went to go get her? I wasn't supposed to have been able to go back there, but I was. I walked right on back there and I found her. Wandered around until I found her. And I gave her the warning shot, because I know if I'm seeing it. And I went on and bought a couple of pieces because I wasn't there because of them. I was there because of her. I knew her. I knew how her standards were. I knew how she was. But I knew that once the wrong type of crowd of people, because she was high end, was coming, and to deal with that, they weren't going to come back. They weren't going to come back. But she, because they were family, and family will destroy you. I don't care what nobody say. You might, if you, and this might, and what I'm saying don't mean that it's everybody. So don't come here trying to tell me, well, everybody ain't like that. Well, I already know that. But for the majority, they are like that. You have family who don't support you. You have family who don't even acknowledge what you're doing, or they even say something sly on the side of berating what you do. Yeah, that's what they do. They never support. They never help. And if you don't believe me, just live long enough to just keep on here. I could put a poll out there, and I guarantee you, the majority can tell you. I can even show you statistics on a video that I post that show you, because the majority of family is on mine and they didn't support that video. All my support came outside of non-followers, and I gained over 200 followers from that video alone. So that's how support happens. It's not from people who are your so-called blood. It's from people who don't know you, but they like how you present yourself and how you move and what you do. And that's all that matters. That's the most important thing, and you keep striving that way. But the young man had, like I said, had that tattoo on his face. And his brother, he told his brother, you got to fire him. And he was like, bro, we got the contract. We can sue them. Sue them for what? If protocol in the contract stated that you had to present yourself a certain type of way, that's for real. Who has time for that? And the brother was deflecting the whole time. Yeah, and a lot of people's like, well, the brother had tattoos. Yeah, but it wasn't across his face. Come on, y'all, think about it. It wasn't across his face. Sometimes, and I say this, we give too much leniency to our kids. And even if they are grown, yeah, they are grown. But as parents, you should do your due diligence and talk to your kids and say, hey, maybe one day you might become more than what you are. and you might want to represent a certain type of way. Oh yeah, they can get it taken off, but that's pain. Yeah, they can cover it up with makeup, but if that first foot forward, think about it. First foot forward. You ain't got time to put makeup on there. I know a young man, he makes millions, but he has tattoos all over his face, but he has decided that he did not want to be in corporate world or anybody telling him how to make his money. He gets out there and he makes his money. He made a game. He does all of that. And he teaches his kids how to grind. And I commend him for that. But as my brother said, one day, this here, he's young. He's in his 30s now, but he's been like that since he was young. And but he makes money. But maybe one day, his train of thought might change. And then again, it might not. I'm not hating on the brother because he's doing what he's supposed to do. He got his village where it needs to be, and they're doing it. He's not telling his kids or telling the village to put. This was something he did to push himself. I get it and I understand it. I do. But when you're in these worlds where you have to depend on contracts, and these contracts are written in a certain type of way, and you are trying to establish yourself in a certain type of professionalism, you got to be mindful. It's not always what you say, it's how you look or how you do things. You have to be on point, with everything that you do. I've had customers who have came on yelling. I let them yell. A lot of people get mad when customers yell at them. I don't. I do not let it affect me. Yes, I get frustrated sometimes. I do. But for the majority of the time, I let them yell. I let them complain. I let them do everything they're gonna do, and I just sit there. And as they're sitting there, sometimes I'm even working on something else, or I'm doing what I need to do for them to get the problem solved. And by the time they get through with all the yang 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 that they're doing, I've already solved the problem, or I've submitted it so the problem can be rectified. And when they get through, and I hear them say, "Hello, hello, you there?" I say, "Yeah, I'm here. Are you done?" I do apologize that this was an inconvenience for you, but allow me to help you to get this corrected. This is what I found out. And I go in and I let them know what I found out. And when I'm done, they're happy. I've had plenty of customers especially at the job that I'm at now, who, when I told them that I had to go to a different, because I consider myself the cleanup person, because that's how I feel. And I had to tell them, I'm sorry, I won't be working on this, but you're in great hands. They was like, no. Who do we got to talk to keep you over here? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but rules are rules. But I promise you, if you have any problems, contact this person and this person, and it will get resolved. And it happens for them. I still get in touch with them. Some of them call me and say they miss me. And that's fine. That's fine. But that shows that you are doing what you're supposed to do. And that's all I'm saying, especially if you're in a business. If you're in a business, be consistent. A lot of people think that being out here, and just because, even with what people do, like with pop-ups, people get to only see you with pop-ups. That's not the way. If you are, and I'm saying this is a tip for those who out here who likes to go to pop-ups. I don't care if you're doing $5 jewelry, the paparazzi. I don't care if you're doing creams. I don't care if you're doing food. I advise you to pick a format, whether you do a Q code, do the Google, you can do the Google form. That's the easiest thing for you to do. Go to Google, do the Google form, make your form. Once you make that form, you'll have a URL for it. Make it into a Q code. Copy it, make it big enough, put it on a piece of paper, and put it there with all your other Q codes. And tell the customer to, if they won't sign your form that you have sitting there in order for you to start your newsletter, then have them to do the Q code and have them to fill it out as they stand there. Don't make it too much because a lot of people don't like all that. Just put name, number, email address. What do you like that I provide? And that's it. And make it easy for them. And once they do all of that, when you don't have to wait to a venue to do that. That's serving them. You can say, hey, I decided to, you can email them or say, I'm going to be at this location, and they know, and they might come out. I've seen it. Food trucks that do that. They let customers know, hey, I'm going to be at this spot. I'm going to be at that spot. And don't you know these people come out? They're not just sitting and waiting until somebody has an event. They're telling people literally where they're going to be. And these people come out. And I think all businesses that's on that pop-up road should do that. I know a young lady, she's on TikTok and she's killing it. She does pre-order. She said, hey, I'm making eggs. Do you know how much money this girl is making? She's doing $25 eggs. I don't know how many eggs you get with it, but she does so many that one time she said she made, I think it was like almost $9,000 off of these eggs. And she was doing one delivery one day and the next delivery the next day, or you can pick up. And she told them the location where you can pick up. Those was what she told them. And they chose the date, or they chose the pickup date. And that's what them people did. And she made those eggs. No, it wasn't just devil eggs. These weren't what this was. You know, the eggs that we get in the seafood that we like in the seafood bowl. And a lot of people love their eggs in that seafood bowl or dip stuff. That's what she had been making. And she gives you a big old container full of those eggs. And that girl has her own sauce. She has her own seasonings. People are buying all of that, and she's doing it. But she do not wait to go to pop. She does pop-ups, but she do not wait on pop-ups to do all of this. She just don't. She's providing excellent customer service, and she's strategizing in her marketing plan in order to bring money in. You don't wait until the next lick. You get out here and you do it until you are established enough to where customers are calling you. How you think they're going to call you if you're not establishing yourself through your customer service? It's all a combo. You have to get it done. So don't let nobody tell you you can't get it done. You have to get it done. You know, your connection, your direct connection to your customer, to your business is everything. Whether you know it or not, you have to make sure that your data is bagged up when it comes to that. When you're doing that, you want your customer retention. I'm sorry. You want your customer retention to remain on an increase of keeping. You don't want it to at any time to decrease. You want it to continue to increase. You know, and I'm telling you, sometimes you have to learn how to flip a customer when they come by and they got a nasty attitude or whatever. Flip them if you can. And flipping them, what I mean by saying about flipping them, I'm just saying be nice. They might say they don't want what you have, or whatever. That's fine. Still be nice. Don't give them an ugly look. Don't start being nasty with them, because that's a decrease in your rate. Because guess what? I've many times that something that I did not like, and I knew somebody else that liked, I told them, hey, so and so sells this, and they were just as nice as they want to be. Why don't you go and see if you want that? Here's their card. 9 out of 10, I've picked up people's cards because of how they spoke to me and how they responded to me. And it had nothing to do with what they saw. I never told them that I didn't like what they saw. I just told them not right now. because that hurts people's feelings when you tell them that you don't like this or you don't like that or you don't use this or whatever. It doesn't matter. Be nice. You want people to be nice to you. And like I said, karma comes back on you in mysterious ways. So be nice when it comes to doing stuff like that. You need to invest in your customer service, whether it's you or the people you have that's putting your name out there. Invest. Like I tell y'all all the time, there are two places that is your biggest place that y'all need to invest in. That is your marketing and your customer service. They come hand in hand. You have to, because an unhappy customer is a detriment. You don't delay. A lot of business fail before they can get started because of delays. I know when TikTok got started and the custom people were coming in, and because they had failed on Instagram, they ran over to TikTok and thought they was going to be a success, but they forgot that people from Instagram was coming on TikTok, and it was like, oh no, don't get with that person because it took them this long to get the product out, and they waited until they got a whole lot of invoices so they can act like they had a lot, like they were really doing good to try to show when they should have just sent the product out. You don't delay in getting orders out just to so you can shine. Your shine is in the customer service that you provide and in the fast rate of return to the customer. They gave you money, you need to have that product to them within 5 to 7 days. If you can get it to them faster than that, if you're not shipping it out and you can get it faster than that, then do that. But do not, just to make a profit and to make you look good in other people's eyes, don't do that, because that will come. Then you can videotape the receipt, the shipping receipts. Shipping tape just flying out the thing. You'll be able to do that. A lot of people get to do that because they stay consistent on what they had to do to keep their customer retention. Customer retention is everything. But if your customer service sucks, your customer retention will go down the drain. And then guess what else get hit? Your profits. There will be no profits. So you have to improve by making great, excellent customer service in order to keep your retention. I speak a lot about KTB Enterprise Unlimited. And the one thing I do know is that they have their customer service and their customer retention is there. I've seen where I happened to got to listen to a customer say, "I'm here," and it was around Father's Day, and I'm putting it out there. I'm sorry if y'all didn't want this, but I'm going to tell everybody. But this customer had called because he was telling whoever he was with, "I don't want it from here because I want to get it from KTV because they be on it." And that's where he wanted the product from. He did not want them to get it out of Macy's because he wanted it from Macy's. So because he liked the service, he liked the experience that he get with Macy's. And that's why I keep telling y'all, Macy's is the it game. KTV, it's the it game. They are on that extraordinary level of their treatment. And that's the way all people supposed to be in their treatment. You'll be able with your I guarantee you, if you follow that, your satisfactory and your engagement can increase up to 20, maybe 30% if you start doing that. Just think, if you're on a consistency basis, there are young ladies that are on TikTok that sit there and they be live making product, and people be asking all kind of questions. Some people are being nasty about what they be saying, and they don't miss a beat. They never allow what they say to affect them or make them feel a certain type of way. They get in here and they do what they need to do because those people don't matter. It's the other people that's listening as they sit there and they're seeing that them and they're seeing that the slips are coming through and they're saying, thank you, so and so, thank you, so and so, thank you, so and so. So, crafting your good customer service experience, like I said, it improves your retention. So guess what? They're gonna have return customers because they didn't allow the ugliness that people are saying to stop them, because a lot of people get on and be ugly in order for them to be banned for however long TikTok decide to ban people. So you have to be personal, and you have to be able to get these people. Don't crash and burn with your brand. Please don't. If you want these people to stick around, continue to solve the issues that need to be solved in order to get to the right resolution, and be empathetic when you have these conversations with your customers. It might have been, it might be something that it's an easy fix, but be empathetic. Show them that you care. You might not care. So a lot of times I don't care, but I show them that they'll never know because we're on the phone. They'll never know that I'm rolling my eyes as I'm saying, "Oh, I am so sorry that happened to you." Yes, yes, I'm going to get on. I'm going to call the branch right now, and I'm going to get the text to see if they can get the text scheduled out, hopefully before next week. You know, that's what you do, but you never show that you don't. Your feedback is what you're counting on. You want them to give a excellent feedback. You want your customer to always think that you got them on your mind, and you're supposed to when you're in a small business, because that's your driving force to make your money. Do you know there's some people I still deal with, and I'm gonna deal with them for a lifetime because of the way that they are and the way that they handle things, and then there's those that I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to deal with them because of their customer service. Because with great customer service, it makes new customers. Trustworthiness comes up to play. You can start allowing yourself to upsell and cross sell additional products with less friction now. You can, even your sales team, if you have a sales team, can recommend, other products or your services and that fit the customer needs, and it'll be a smooth transition. You know, for instance, my celebrity makeup artist, our guy, my guy, Robert guy, um, I trust him with this face. You know, I don't, when he puts on whatever, when I tell him I want to look a certain type of way, that's all I have to say. I don't tell him what colors. He might say, okay, what's the dress? Or what's the outfit? I don't have to tell him anything else. And he never disappoints because he learned me. And that's the one thing. And being a Leo, and that's just me on my own personal level. A lot of people who gets it know it. When you know me, oh, you got me for life. You got me for life. If all I have to do is say, I'm like I got my award. I need to look my best. Got there, he said, "What's the outfit?" Showed him the outfit. He said, "Oh, I got you." Never had to mention a color. Never was concerned about a color or anything. He did that. Went to the Dior spa where he had a party for his Dior spa party, and because it was my birthday weekend before my birthday, and I didn't have anything else to do, so I went there to support him. And so went there. He did a good job. He gave me a facial. He made me feel real special, and he gave me a light beat. Wasn't a lot of makeup. Wasn't a lot of makeup. And I saw the colors. I didn't say, "Oh, don't put that on me." And it is colors I wouldn't have never thought to put on. He put those colors on me. I'm going back to buy those colors. I hadn't had a chance to go back and get it because there were certain things that I wanted that he put on me at then that I got. But I'm going back to get those colors because trust and believe, I know he'll remember them. That's how our guy, my guy is. When you got people that are customer service driven and want you to have that, as I say, the exquisite taste experience, you know, and they're being positive on the way that they handle you and they're building that rapport with you, oh, the connection is to me in a sense, it's not on a seductive intimate level, but it's on an intimate level because I'll keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. And guess what? Nobody else can deal with me but the people that has given me that experience. I don't even care if they say, well, so and so can take care of you. No, no, no. No, they can't. Even if it is their recommendations. Until I get to see you with that person and I'm watching them, I only want you to touch me or to deal with me. That's just me. Now, small businesses, understand your customer service is everything. Just like when you're out here in these streets, I am starting, thank you, Bestie. I am starting a new, well, I have already started, but there's a piece that's going to come with this. And I'm thinking of a name. Y'all heard of the JA wall, the Jack wall? It's going to be similar to that because you have businesses that's out here that are not businesses, and the name of it is called delusion. They give the delusion of a business when they're not. They're not even a hustler. So I'm gonna start calling them out because my thing about the whole situation, and this is because of the simple fact that when you're dealing with people, and I'm big on this. I give everybody the opportunity to prove me wrong, to to do whatever it is that you're gonna do. And when you do it, I usually just don't deal with you anymore. But we're in a time that word of mouth is everything. I don't care. It does to me right now because of the way my mind is going and the way my thoughts are shifting. I have come to a point where I don't care if you're black, white, green, purple, blue. If you are not giving excellent customer service, or if you are conning people, I'm calling you out, and you will be put up on the delusional wall. I'm not going to just put you up to just be putting you up just because you did me wrong. I'm going to talk to some people. I'm going to do some interviews. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to do some reporting. And so, because people need to know that you're not doing like you're supposed to. Ain't that right, Monica? So, with even that being said, she would be my first person. I'll give the business and everything when I'm finishing doing the investigation on her. But this is the time where we can't play, and playing with people's money when the economy is high is not a joke. It's just not a joke. And going into businesses and you present yourself, you do know businesses have the right to turn you away when you come in as a presenter of yourself and you don't know how to act. They can turn you away. And we've come into a trying time that people have started trying to sue businesses because they turned them away. I don't think that's fair. You have businesses who have decided to go incognito because of that. That's not fair. I understand that people think that they have a right to everything, but if my business is only exclusive to the type of standard of people that I deal with, that's what I deal with. If, just like People always wanting events done. You can't come to me and tell me you want your name in lights reflecting on the wall, and then you want your name on the floor, on the dance floor, and then you want pictures of you all over the place, and you want not roses, but you want orchids up and down the tables, and you want your wine glasses to be made of crystals, and you want china, a certain name brand of china plates on the table for all your guests, and you don't want buffet style, but you want um service, everybody to be served. You don't want chicken, but you want egg, you want steak, you want T-bone, or you want ribeye, you want salmon, you want all of these things. And then you tell me your budget is $4,000 for food and decoration and the venue. I don't have to accept your business. And I'm going to do it in a classy way. That can be your down payment. You have to understand, be realistic. Pay for what you can afford. Yes, everybody has a dream. I've always dreamed like that. I've always wanted the finer things in life. But you got to stack your money for that. Or talk to me and I can help you go out and talk to people who can help you get that. That's it. But you can't sit up here on a it ain't even a bill, but a dust budget, and you wanting the champagne life. You can't. You just can't. Guess what? You just made yourself look bad, really, really bad. Don't you know that other people talk? That's almost like blackballing you. And and that's sad when businesses do that. Well, especially when they're in that field and they know each other, and they be like, "Oh no, you don't want to fool with her because they don't do this, 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 this." I'm just telling you, you got to do better. You got to be focused. Your the relationship that you build with people you that you're using in the service industry or the products that you wanting. Make sure that you focus on building lasting relationships with these businesses by repping who you are. Be that way. Increase your visibility and let them know you know who you are. I love it when people call my name when I walk into a place and they know me. And this is what's so funny. Me and Petronella went to a restaurant, and she found out, she liked the restaurant. It was not too far from where she stayed. And I go there every once in a while. I don't go there a lot, but found out that she was going there all the time. They called her by name. I looked at her. I'm like, of all places. And I thought it was sweet. I really did. But I was teasing her. But she made an impression on them. Your name is everything. That's all I'm saying. Your name is everything. She made an impression. And knowing her for the business savvy that she has, she probably was in there selling her products as well, knowing her. But that's what she do. But when I say they knew her by name. So business leaders, entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, if you don't get anything else, understand this. In American business, report says on a yearly basis, businesses, companies lose 136.8 billion yearly because of avoidable customer losses, because of negative customer services experiences that impacted their customers in a way that impacted their revenue and their growth. And It happens. It happens. When you have to deal with that, trust me. And I'm telling you, if you have somebody repping your business and they're sitting there and they're representing your brand, and you have them out there, and I'm telling you, the littlest thing that you see, that you better get pull them to the side and get that on that quick, because that's your brand. Whether they have on, if you have them wearing a shirt or whatever, you never want them to look rep you in the wrong light. You have companies that do it all the time, like athletic wear companies. They're not just because you got numbers that they're just grabbing you up. They're really looking at you as a person. What do you do outside of that? Let me go look on your other page and see what you do personally. How do you move? What kind of sports do you play? What do you do? How is you moving outside of the sports arena? Most of them are. I'm not talking about the big people. I'm talking about people around here, us normal folks, as we will call it. Even with the brands itself, with leisure and efforts. For instance, like me, everybody know I'm an influencer. Do you think that Shape LX would have asked me to do the swimsuit? Now they gave me a dress to that I got to do a review on. If they hadn't really looked at my content, not just my content over on TikTok, they looked at my content on my other pages as well. Do you think they would have, dealt with me? What about Curry Sense? You think they would have dealt with me if I was out here being a certain way, when I'm saying that exquisite taste is a lifestyle that you can afford, and I'm speaking and I am presenting what I'm saying on my platforms, and that's my way of living. You know, that's just me. I'm the new Dominique Devereaux in my book. Bestie gave me that name, but that's me. Um, your customer service, you when you're dealing, even as you as the customer service person, you got to be able to answer any and all questions. And if you can't, then you say, "Can you give me a moment and I'll get back with you? I'll call you back in a day." And you get that answer. It's okay to say, "Oh, I've never been asked that before. Let me think about that." It's okay. Your products, your marketing, your goals that you have, and especially make sure you train your people. Don't, and a lot of companies are slacking when it comes to employee training. Do y'all know a lot of people have to train themselves sometimes, and depending on what they're doing, they don't really train their employees to be able to handle situations or understand, or even be able to cop back when certain things of engagement is happening over the phone or in their presence. Let me tell you why I say that. First time I worked at Walmart, I was young. I was in my early 20s. When I say early 20s, I was 20, probably 21, 22, somewhere around in there. And I was working the register. Good at what I do. Had great customer service. And this little old white lady came in, had a six-pack of Cokes. She brought the Cokes up there, pulled one off, and said, "I just want to buy this one." I said, "Ma'am, you have to buy the whole six-pack, or you can get one out of the cooler." She said, "I don't want that. I want this one." And I said, "Ma'am, this comes with the six-pack. It has the price of the six-pack on it. You have to do that." She was like, "I'm not doing that. I'm buying this one." That was in Centovia, Mississippi. I tried to de-escalate the situation, and that lady gave me mad attitude. And when I turned around to ask, I told her, "Give me a moment." Line was getting long. I was in the line, the rush line, where you supposed to have 1, 2 items. That lady threw that can and it bypassed. If I hadn't have turned when I turned, the can would have hit me dead in my face. And if it wasn't for the supervisor that was standing there when it happened, and that can came across because she had turned around to see what I wanted, and she saw it happen. And I was heading that conveyor belt after that old lady. I was finna get her. It was all bets was off. I had forgot who I was. That was the first and the last time I ever had done that. And she told me, she is not worth you losing your job. She's going to jail. You're not going to jail. If she said if you had to put your hands on her, you probably would have went to jail. We in Centovia. The little old lady was saved by grace, as far as I was concerned. But I had to go and I had to rethink some things. And I'm like, I can't let nobody do that. But that was the only time I was done like that, as somebody was being violent in that manner by throwing something at me. Now, if she had hit me, oh, we were going to jail. I'm just being frank. We were all going to jail. We were. That would have been right there with it. There would have been no customer service. But I tried, and I could not bring her comfort, and I tried to explain her the rules. She didn't want that can out that cooler. She wanted a warm soda when she could have just took that can out there and let it warmed up. I don't know what her issues and stuff was. Wasn't my business to know. I just knew that per Walmart, you couldn't take that can at that time off that 6-pack. I'm 52 now. I was 21 or 22 when that happened. Times change. But just think about it. How many of y'all would have listened to your supervisor and y'all would have snatched the plug in that woman at that young? You know how we are with how we was back then, temper hot. Temper hot. So, like I said, be proactive with your customer service. Whether you're a team of one or you have a team of many, make sure that everybody understand your brand image and your loyalty and how it affects your customer service for your customers. You got to understand how it affects your customers with your customer service. They have a consumer report that said that 89% of consumers report that they are more likely to return and make purchases, like I said before, because of the great customer service. That's loyalty. That's loyal. So you gotta know that that's big. And then this is something else you gotta understand. Customers don't have to be someone like me. You have to show great customer service when you're doing business to business. Don't see yourself as a customer when you're dealing with businesses. You are a business dealing with a business. A lot of business to business companies start to avoid vendors after the poor customer service experiences that they have. You got to stop. You're making big mistakes out here. You gotta get it together. I'm telling you, you gotta get it together. So I hope that helped you in a way that where you understand it as a business owner, and in how very important your customer service is important. 55% back in I want to say 2021, 55% of consumers shared their purchases socially on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and other sites. 55%. How many of you think doing it now? Now, you know that Black people are the driving force, and we spend 6 trillion annually on our consumer spending of being consumers, and we're spending. Just think about it. Somebody got to be doing something right. Because I know me. I'm not the type that's just going to buy from people that don't know how to treat me. Word of mouth and referrals are still in effect. It's just coming in a different way. Word of mouth is now on social media. So remember that. It's not just out here in the streets. The new streets is your social media platforms. And referrals is the same way. I go through referrals. I go through referrals like I'm reading a book because, and I always get the current ones because I'm trying to figure out, because sometimes I see where people are saying, oh, it's no good, it's no good. If they don't give an explanation, then that means that they're hating on the person. That's how my theory is. Now, if they said that they tried to use it a certain type of way and it didn't work for them, that's user error most of the time. And I read, when I say I read it like a book. Sometimes you have to read through it to understand it. Sometimes people didn't understand it and they didn't try to contact the business or the person that they bought it from in order to find out how to use. And that's usually what the problem is. They didn't use it right. So if you don't know how to use something, call them. I guarantee you, they tried to fix the error that you are having and walk you through. So yeah. Now, like I said, customer service is important and you need to improve. If you haven't improved, you need to improve. Take some of the things I said and use it as the power that you need it to be in order to get where you're going to go in life with your business. Um, there are a whole lot of different solutions that are out there in order for you to help you in order to communicate with your customers. And this is the last thing I just want y'all to know. Like I said, you don't have to just talk to your customers by right there in front of you. If your customers they don't have to come back and wait till they see you at another event or come to the business. They can chat with you on social media. That's why you have to get you a social media manager, or you got to jot out the time and let them customers know that you give you 24 hours or 72 hours to answer them. Technically, you need to try to do 24, depending on your business volume. You can do live chat. You can do video calls. You can also go to Upworks and Fiverr and hire someone to be able to handle this stuff for you. So you'll have your help desk and your knowledge base and everything and capability. And if you're in a service based business or whatever, even if it's product, get your CRM. Start building that so you will be able to keep up with your customers and be able to give them everything that they need. You can have that built to where you can even get your newsletters out to your customers or send emails out to your customer, whatever, however you want to contact your customers. It's all up to you, but your service is everything, and it don't just stop just because you hand them the product and you took the money. You got to do better in order to be great. And I'm telling you, your marketing and your customer service is the most important aspects of your business. You can have an excellent product, and if your marketing is not out there in order to push that product out there, and if your customer service is ugly and your attitude is ugly, you won't get anywhere. And your business will fail in the first year, if not the first 5. Some people say 5, depending on what avenue of business that you're in, you can fail in the first year. So please think about it. You have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to me. But it's gonna cost you. You know, I've sat here. You could have called me, and I could have talked to you now. But anyway, understand, because competitors are getting it. They're out here. They're doing the doggone thing. You know, there's no such thing as saturation. It's called diversifying. Because if you and Sally is out here doing the same thing. Y'all got the same recipes and y'all doing the same thing. But Sally's doing everything with a smile. And she's getting back with the customer and helping them and letting them know what all she got going. Understand, you will become second best. Point blank, period. And then again, she might not have the same recipe as you. But because of the way Sally moved, you become second best and you might have the better product, but your customer service sucks. Or you don't know how to move out here in this arena to pull your brand and your customer service together with your brand or your marketing together. Understand, your customer base is everything. And the only way it's going to grow is that you know. Like I said, knowledge is power. So that's it for tonight, everyone. As I say, apply the knowledge so you can gain the power. And I will see y'all next week. Same time, same place. Wednesday, um, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, Working on some things. We don't know which route we're going. Might take a little break next week as far as from here to flip it. Um, haven't decided yet. I'm waiting on a call or email. Okay. To confirm. If that's the case, that's how we move. And I don't know, but as I said, I want you to know that respect is always being served at this table. I need you all. Good night.